I swear to you, that dog, which one? Which one? Where is it? I don't know if you can see him. He's behind my chair. He's up there on the couch. See him? That dog has a timer inside his body. 6 o'clock happens. My door opens. The dog runs in, jumps up on the couch, and sits here for the next 15 or 20 minutes while we do this. So, good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandye. I chose a special mug this morning. Wake up with kisses. I don't eat kisses, but this is my news flash this morning. Sorry, a little allergy stuff. Good morning. So this is my news flash this morning. I had a s'more last night. Now, why is that a news flash? Because I'm going to be 72 years old this year, and I've never had one before. It was my first. Here's the things that I discovered. I do remember roasting marshmallows as a kid, because I always thought that was really cool, because fire is cool when you're a kid, right? But I always gave them away. I never ate one. So today I do remember eating a marshmallow when I was a kid and thinking, it tastes like I'm eating a sponge. I don't get it. Why? And it's too sweet. But when you put it over a fire and you burn it, it changes the texture and the taste, and it was good. Good morning, Ginny. I was just sharing that I had my very first s'more last night. My daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandson, my Max, are visiting this morning. And I mean, they've been here for a couple days, right? So we had told Max that we were going to have like a camp out one night. And Indy, my sweetie, found this giant old planter that hadn't been used in ages. It's like huge, filled with dirt and sand and stuff. So he took some of it out, heavy as can be, but he moved it over to a spot in our little sand dune in the backyard and built a fire in there. And we had sticks and graham crackers and little miniature Hershey bars that just fit the graham crackers. And I made my first s'more and I ate most of it. Okay, I ate half of it, but I don't really like sweet that much, but I ate it and I really liked it. Here's to campouts and here's to s'mores. But the best part was just sitting around the fire with all of us sitting out there at night, watching the embers and the dogs running back and forth. And the weather was amazing. It was like, I don't know, 75, 80 degrees at 8 o'clock at night. The sun had gone down and there were stars in the sky. It literally was like being out in the middle of a campground somewhere in the wilderness. Now, speaking of that, yesterday was take a road trip day, not a long one, but my son-in-law had never been to Joshua Tree before. I love having company who's never been there or who knows how amazing it is, because that means I get to go. I love Joshua Tree. Here's what I know. You can keep your beaches. I know people all over the world say that the beach is their happy place. But for me, folks, give me mountains and rocks and trees, and that's my happy place. Just looking at those acres and acres and acres of Joshua trees with the mountains behind them and those giant, huge rock just begging you to climb on them. And the fun part for me is, because I'm a senior, and I hope you all know this, you can get a senior pass that's like $10 and allows you unlimited visits to the national parks all over the country, unlimited times. I mean, it's not like, oh, here's a 1-year pass. It's a forever pass. I cannot tell you how many times I've used mine. It's like one of my favorite things to have. Thank you to my friend Marita for teaching me to own one. Good morning, darling. I see my man is here. And Ginny, you are so right. It is amazing. The fun part for me is that when you first drive in with somebody who's never been there before, is it just looks like more desert. And then you round these corners and it's like you're in another world. It's so amazing. There are some parts where you feel like you're on a different planet. There's some parts when the little kid in you comes out and you can't wait for the car to pull over and stop so you can just get up and scramble up those boulders. There are a lot of places where people go rock climbing, which my sweetie likes and would like me to like, but terrifies me. But the bouldering, I guess it's not called bouldering the way we do it. It's just rock climbing on rocks. That's all. There's a big difference between climbing on rocks and rock climbing. I don't rock climb. I climb on rocks. Then there's this one spot where you get this view, this vista that goes like from Mexico all the way to the San Gorgonio Mountains and beyond. Ah, it's like amazing that we live in this world. And okay, enough about Joshua Tree. This was not the morning Joshua Tree report, although it does seem to have turned out that way. But there's so much going on today. I don't want you to miss anything. It's California Poppy Day, and you have my word that before this season is over, within the next 3 weeks, I will see the California poppy fields. Seriously, I've never been, and it's on my to-do list. I'm going to see miles and miles of poppies and pretend that I'm right there in the Wizard of Oz. I think that scene in the poppy field was filmed in Antelope Valley, which is about 3 hours north of here. I really want to go. Yeah. It's also Charlie the Tuna Day. Now, why would we have a day for Charlie the Tuna? Well, first of all, I'm sure the Starkist people came up with it. But if you remember Charlie was like a pretty cool dude, but he was always rejected because he wasn't good enough for Starkist. So it's kind of be nice about how you reject someone day and love yourself even if you are rejected. And I don't know why it brings this to mind, but hang on. Freddie Mercury was my grandson's souvenir from yesterday. I'm sure he'll be doing some great shows with Freddie Mercury. He looks like he's been rejected, but lived through it, doesn't he? Yeah. It's Hostess Twinkie Day. In 1930, James Dewar, who was an executive with Hostess, I think it was with Hostess, but certainly he was some bakery executive. He wasn't even a baker, as far as I know. He invented the Hostess Twinkie, and the rest, as they say, is culinary history, for crying out loud. Hostess Twinkies. When's the last time you had one of those, huh? Don't tell me if it was yesterday, as I'll be laughing at you. It's the National Caramel Popcorn Day, too. Just saying, in case you like flavored popcorn, today's the day. Celebrate. National Library Day. Plan your epitaph day. Now, that's a good one, isn't it? Think about it. Think about it. What do you want to be remembered for? This would be a really good day to sit down and do a little meditation about that. When you're not here anymore, what do you want people to say about you? How do you want to be remembered? Are you embarrassed to say it? Does it sound, like too self-important? No, it's a goal for you to work toward. Work on your epitaph day. What do I want? Well, I guess being small has always been a big deal to me. So small but mighty would be good. Loved everybody. That would be good. Spread joy. That would be good. Any of those things would be good. A new happy place. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But what would you like? This is what I'm asking you to think about today. What do you want to be remembered for? That's how you live on, is through the memories that you leave behind. I know I've had lots of great memories with people, but if you put it into an epitaph, what would you say? It's World Table Tennis Day. Hey, I love ping pong. I'm just saying. We have a ping pong table. It's in the garage. I know it shouldn't be in the garage. It should be set up somewhere. And we've got stuff everywhere. There's nowhere to set it up right now, but it is fun. And during the summer, when it's really, really hot, there's nowhere to put it outside or in the garage. It's too hot to play in the garage. So we set it up right in the middle of the family room. In the music room, we set up a ping pong table and played ping pong. Yeah, in the house. It was cool. It was very cool. 1950, Post-it notes went on the market. There was a time, I think, and maybe it's still happening, when we take things that are so everyday that people do all the time, and somebody gets a great idea of how to make money with them. Post-it notes is a perfect example. Bottled water. Can you remember when okay, maybe you can't, but I can. When bottled water first came out, and we laughed at people who were paying money to have water in a bottle. Yeah, we laughed at them. Now we're telling them, stop it. Get something to make your water better, but don't put all that plastic onto the planet. Oh. Oh. Oh, Ginny wants to be remembered for spreading gratitude, and she will be. She even has a gratitude site on a gratitude group on on Facebook, a gratitude group. So she's working that problem. Opa says, here lies Opa. No, she says, a 4'10" ninja grandma who loved Jesus, her family, and coffee. How do you go wrong with that? Yeah, I do kind of want to be remembered as Grandy. A lot of people call me Auntie Sandy or Auntie Grandy Sandy, and I like that. I like having nicknames. How about you? We didn't really talk about nicknames today, but I do like nicknames. Happy birthday to Paul Rudd. You might not know him by name, I don't know, but you certainly would know him if you saw him in a movie, because he's that guy. He's that really adorable, nice guy in the movies. I like him. It's also the anniversary of the death of Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney was little, and he was very talented, and he certainly was prolific in the movies. One of the last things he did was Pete's Dragon, I think. He was pretty funny in Pete's Dragon. Yeah. 1971, Carly Simon met James Taylor after one of her concerts, and in less than a year, they were married. They had 2 kids. They were married for like 8 or 9 years, and then had a massive, ugly divorce, although she still claimed for years and years and years that she loved James Taylor, that she hoped he was cured of his inner devils or whatever it was. Anyway, hats off to both of them, because you know what? Together and apart, they make great music. By the way, when I get to the bottom of this mug, there's a Hershey's Kiss at the bottom. It's really cute. JB, good morning. We missed you. Of course you adored Mickey Rooney, Opa. Mickey Rooney was adorable. Yeah. Okay, this is important because in I don't know, it was 56 or 86. Let me see if I wrote it. Yep. In 1986, a soccer player, I don't remember his name, he juggled a soccer ball for 14 minutes straight. Ta-da! I don't know that I could juggle a soccer ball for 14 seconds straight. But hey, it's what the guy did. You know what I mean? Okay. Today's word art. Today's word art says, so much great stuff happens in the silence between the notes. Yeah, I'm talking about music, but I'm also talking about life. It's interesting to me that we spend so much time dancing to the music, asking for the music, singing along with the music, that we forget to listen to the music. And I know some of you do. I live with someone who listens to the music. Consequently, he knows like every lyric to every song. And I think he's being so brilliant and erudite and he's quoting a song and then laughs at me because I didn't know it, but it happens. All I'm saying to you is listen, we humans miss so much by just seeing and hearing and smelling those things that we expect. But I'm suggesting that you dig a little bit deeper. Listen for what's not being said. Look at the things that you might have ignored before. Broaden your scope. Broaden your scope. Listen for the silence.